All right, we're back. We're back for more. We're back for more. Let's jump right back into where we left off, showing you guys how to syndicate your blogging content all over the web, starting with SlideShare. Okay, I just showed you what we did to like repurpose our content to put it on another site that'll send traffic back to our blogs. Okay, so I'm going to screen share now, and I believe this will work. Okay.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Please let us know that
let us know.
It's working.
All right, cool. So here we are on SlideShare, and I'm going to finish this upload. And I got to choose the category this thing goes on. And I do have a little bit of notes.
People are going to have to refresh their page.
Yeah, they will have to refresh their page. I got to put a little description in it. And I'm going to do this, law of attraction.
Now, you're moving through this kind of fast, which, you know, because you're not going to have time to like explain each method. Like we could spend a whole hour on SlideShare. So, you know, what's the easiest way for them to like learn?
The easiest way for you to learn is just click the button. Click the button below and join us on the yellow button. You know, get your own blog, join us. We'll be teaching more of this stuff here soon, but we just want to give you guys as much as we can in the time that we're given. Okay, so the other thing is, like, you can get the 15K formula inside of Empower Network. This is a great product that'll teach you this stuff too, and yeah, that's one great place to go. Okay, so I'm gonna save and continue, and now this slide is actually up on SlideShare.com. But what I'm really looking for here is this thing. Okay, I'm looking for this embed code so I can put it on our blog. All right. And then we'll be ready to share this thing all over the social networks, okay? So I gotta put this in our blog here really quick. Okay. Put that slideshow there and update. And now I believe we have on our hands a super sexy blog. All right, let me refresh the screen here, make sure we got everything we need, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like on SlideShare too. So check this out. Okay, now we've got an embedded slideshow of our content on the blog itself, right? People can actually click the share button on here. They can save the slides for themselves if they want them later, right? And they can actually click through these slides while they're on the page, right? And there's actually links inside of this slideshow linking back to this blog post, right? So look what I did. I put all these steps on here, the same steps in the blog, okay? And then when you get to the end, people can click on the video, they can click on the blog post here, and it'll take them, or they click on the links, and it'll take them over to this blog post. Let me show you what that looks like on SlideShare. And then we'll move to the next one, and you guys are gonna go nuts for some of these other strategies, okay? So let me look at this. So we've done a few of these, right? So my uploads, you can see that some of our slides are getting a couple hundred views on them. SlideShare, oddly enough, is like this, it's like its own social network that people are cruising around all the time. So here's what it looks like on SlideShare. People can find this, they can find it on Google sometimes too. Right, and they go through the slides, like I said, and they'll click on like one of the links. I tell them to visit the full blog post, right? So what happens when I click on the link or the video? I rig this up and turn it into a PDF, right? Look at this. It goes to the blog post, right? So now more people are visiting our blog from another social network, right? Type your comment below if you think that's freaking awesome, right? If you think that's freaking amazing.
And easy to do. I mean, you know, I know you move through it kind of fast, but one of the things that's very apparent is that these slides, you don't have to have like sophisticated graphics or anything.
No.
You know, it's just a different way of delivering content, and delivering content in a way that's native to the site that it's on.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
So it's like SlideShare. You're essentially sharing the blog in a way.
Different format.
In a different format, more condensed. You know, in the form of a slide. It's like not as detailed, because when people go to that site, they're looking for information in that to receive it in that way. That's why it's called SlideShare.
Yeah.
And when they receive the information and they think, oh, this is a good value, there's a good chance they're going to go over, I want to see more, I want to read more.
Yep.
So it's kind of like giving them the cliff notes in a slide form of your blog.
Totally.
And introducing people in a different way to your blog. And again, we're talking about traffic. So this is another way, free way to get more traffic to your blogs.
If you think you can do this, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Right? Let us know. Like all we did was opened up a PowerPoint, threw some slides together, uploaded it here on SlideShare. Took me about 10, 15 minutes to create the slides, right? So that's one method. Now I want to show you guys, we're going to skip around a little bit. We're going to use the different social networks, okay, to share this thing everywhere, okay? And we're going to start with Facebook. And I'm glad Nikki's here because she's going to help come up with some copy on the fly for how to share this thing. So I want you to look at this really quick, and you can do this along with us, and we're going to see who's really paying attention here, okay? We're gonna see who's really paying attention here. If you want to share this and you're part of the Empower Network and you want to get credit for all the leads and the sales and the traffic that comes your way, grab the URL from the top of the blog on haveitalltoday.com and add this at the end, !ID equals, and then your username. Okay.
I'm gonna post that in the comments.
Okay, cool. And I want you to copy that link because we're gonna be using this all over the internet for the next few minutes, okay? So I'm gonna actually put it in my notepad here, and so that I can use this link over and over, right? See how it looked on my screen here? Let's see if I can make this bigger.
By the way, somebody asked, how do these photos or whatever get made into slides? And I would say that SlideShare walks you through that process. Like it's gonna be pretty obvious when you.
No, you need to go to Google and type in, how do I create a PowerPoint slideshow?
Oh, okay, all right.
Right, or how do I turn my PowerPoint into a PDF?
Yeah.
Because then you take the PDF and you load that onto SlideShare. Okay, so here's that link that I'm going to use. Okay, you can use your link too. And I got a special instruction for you. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go on Facebook, okay? And we got to create some, Nikki, we got to create some copy that'll get people to want to come visit our blog post.
Okay.
Right? So this is the first thing that I do, right? I finish a blog post, I go to Facebook, and I'm going to put it on Facebook first. Okay? So I'm going to write, did you hear how Nikki and I won a MacBook Air in a raffle last week? There's a science to it, to how we got so lucky, and we'll teach you the 7 steps we used, and you can use too, to manifest the luckiest week of our lives. Okay, click the photo below. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paste the link in. Okay, it's not pulling up the photo I loaded up, so I'm going to change my strategy here. I'm going to say click the link to find out more. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of our photos. You can download a photo from the blog itself. You can go to google.com and get a photo and put that. You want to always put a photo with whatever you're sharing on Facebook.
Right. And also to, you never want to, like, if somebody else, well, I shouldn't say never, but like if you want the most traction possible, like a lot of times we'll share something and, for example, like we're doing this hangout and someone will just like click share and reshare the photo. It doesn't get as much traction on Facebook, but if you upload it straight from that same photo, you upload it straight from your computer, it's going to get more traction in the newsfeed.
Yep.
And you're going to get more traffic. So
here's what I want you to do, and remember, successful people pay attention to the details. Okay, so I want you to put up your post right now. Take a minute to construct something, okay? And put up your post now, and then I want you to put on the bottom here, hashtag blogging101. And the reason I'm using the hashtag is because guess what? we're on this live training right now. I want to know who's implementing the stuff that we're teaching right now.
Okay.
That's
Great.
what I want to
That's
know.
great.
Normally, I don't use hashtags, but for this training, it's really cool because I can find out who's following along right now. So I'm going to post this, okay? And this is the first step that we use to get our blogs out into the world. It's Facebook, right? Now, maybe you have a Facebook page as well, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this exact same thing that I wrote, and I'm going to post it over on our Facebook page, right? So we have a Facebook fan page, Avram and Nikki. It's got a couple hundred people on it, you know, and we're going to post it over here. And it looks like my link got cut off, so I'm going to just have to copy this link again. Okay. Ah, now it's using the photo. Ha ha ha. So I'm going to actually take this link out because this looks sexier. All right, so here's what I do. I'm going to post this up on our fan page. So now, guess what? Now our content is in 2 places, right? Now our content's in 2 places. So that's twice as many places that people can actually find our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what do? We go on down the line, right? So on my screen here, like what we could do is we could go on some Facebook groups and share this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of that anymore because a lot of Facebook groups are full of spam. But if you have a good group that resonates with the actual topic that you're sharing on, you can take the post and then you can go put it in Facebook groups. Okay?
And you're going to get more traction in the groups. I mean, here's the thing. We're talking about free strategies here. And I think that there has been a lot of BS thrown around, you know, that's kind of like, oh, you know, you can just post it on your Facebook wall and that's it. Or, you know, just sort of, I don't know about underestimating the work. Because here's the thing. It's like relative to like going to law school or studying to be a doctor. Like even when I say like you're going to have to put in, you know, a lot of time, it's actually not a lot of time. Like even when Avram and I were full throttle with all of these free strategies, we still didn't work more than 20 hours a week.
Right.
Pretty much, right, Avram?
Right.
I mean, you know, we're talking very part-time here. And at the same time, we don't want you guys to, we kind of want to be part of the, there have been a lot of myths perpetuated, I think, in our industry, and we'd like to be part of the cure. So with that, you know, I know that maybe some people might have some interesting stuff come up around this, but I'm just kind of gonna make a play for, while everyone else is talking about, oh, make, you know, 10K in 30 days or whatever, and hyping this stuff up, we would like to talk about long-term strategy, because that's what's going to be more sustainable. Like you can take these free strategies and it's like, just like what you're doing now, what's your life going to be like in 5 or 7 years? You know, and look at if you know, start blogging and implementing our strategies and just get a sense of that. You know, it's like, what can you create in the next year? What can you create in the next 2 years? Like start looking at blogging as like a long-term sustainable, you know, we talk about the word viral sustainability gets thrown around a lot. I just want to simplify that. And it's like, what if you could create like a sustainable business, a sustainable income, rather than focusing on like, hey, it's great when you can get a cool ninja trick and stuff. But if you're relying on ninja tricks, then what happens when that doesn't work anymore? You're still a crappy marketer and a crappy communicator on the other end of it. So a lot of what we're teaching here, the foundations of it, is like stepping into becoming a better communicator. And, you know, I see people who throw around their links in a bunch of groups, and they're the same people that I mentioned in the beginning where I'm like, ouch, it really hurts to see that they're not getting the traction that they deserve. And they just don't know any better usually. And they're just like, let me throw this link into this marketing group while not interacting with those people. Now, this may not be the easiest thing to find, but if you're determined enough, you can find groups. There are still some groups that are really active. You know, like I'm actually in a women's group that's really active. It's all about goddesses and women and all this feminine stuff. I'm not going to post in there if I'm not being active. I'm going to get active. I'm going to be engaged. I'm going to talk to people. That's how you get people to come to you. Because if you do that, if you just, people are, I mean, how do you feel when somebody goes out of their way on Facebook to interact with you in a valuable kind of way? You're part of a discussion and they're like, Eileen, I really liked your comment. You know, I believe that, blah, 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 blah. And they reflect back to you. You are going to go click on that. You're going to go click on that person's wall and you're going to be like, I wonder what they're about. And then they're going to go click on your blog. So this is a very, you could say it's indirect marketing, but I'm telling you, this is a huge part of what we've done to create our success. And it doesn't have to take you all day, but if you just commit, this is just one possibility, guys. I'm not saying make this your total strategy. If you are someone that is more of like that authentic marketer, you like to connect intimately with people, you can totally find a group that's active and actually interact a little bit. You know, you don't even, I'm telling you, it does not take like every single day, all day long or anything. Don't let it be a time suck for you, but you create a schedule for yourself and you're like, today for 20 minutes, I'm going to go in, you know, or 10 minutes, I'm going to go into this group and comment back on some people's stuff. And I'm telling you, they're going to want to go check out your stuff. So I can't say it enough. I think I've said it. That's it.
I mean, we could do a whole 4-week class on just how to use Facebook, and maybe we will.
Yeah,
maybe we will. Because the whole social thing is if nobody's clicking on your links anyway, or nobody cares what you're posting, it will be hard to use things like Facebook and Twitter to get more traction. Because if you're not talking to people and showing interest in what they're doing and what they're up to, I mean, people are selfish. We're selfish little beasts, you know.
Let's be real.
Let's be real. Like people are all about me. And they want to know how you can benefit them, how they can benefit themselves. And if you show interest in people, they will turn around and show interest in you and what you have.
The most successful people are focused on being interested rather than being interesting.
Yeah.
You know, and when you become interested, you actually become interesting.
Yep. And
you become the hunted instead of the hunter.
Yeah. So let's jump back into some of the syndication stuff. Let's see who actually followed directions.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. We'll see who actually wants success. We use the hashtag blogging 101, so I'm going to click on that here on Facebook and see who's done it. I know that Emily did it. Emily was the first one to do it. Congratulations, Emily. And either nobody's doing it or the hashtags just aren't totally working. This is why hashtags on Facebook, I think, are kind of stupid. Honestly, people think that you should use them all the time. I think they're a waste of time unless you want to track stuff like this. So comment in the comments below if you've actually done this already. We just can't see it.
Yeah.
Because I posted 2 things and I'm only seeing 1.
Right.
Right. So maybe you've done it, maybe not, and hopefully you have because you're serious about getting your blogs out there. And hitchhiking off the fact that we already made the blog for you, right? All you got to do is come here and put !ID equals your username at the end and post it.
You know, and actually, even when we're talking about syndication and getting more traffic, I think one of the things that we can do is right now with the hashtags, it's cutting out the stuff that will just lead to you spinning your wheels and not really yield much results. And just what we found with the hashtags, talking to other marketers, you know, the hashtags were this attempt to like Twitterify Facebook, you know, because it works on Twitter. Facebook's like, let's see, like maybe hashtags could be like really cool. And I use it just for my own entertainment. Like I make like really long hashtags, you know, sometimes you can express something in a hashtag, but how many people are actually going to sit there and search into the timeline bar? I wonder who's, you know, talking about blogging right now. It's just not native to Facebook and it hasn't been a natural transition. So I know one of the things that we got, recent questions we got about like Facebook, like what do we do with hashtags? And I'm like, it doesn't really get you more traction, doesn't get you more traffic to your blog.
Not on Facebook.
So I'm just saying, don't worry about it. It's not really a huge deal.
Yeah. So let's go to a place that actually does care about hashtags.
Yeah.
Right? We got these share buttons on the left-hand side of the page. We're going to use the tweet button to share this blog out now, right? And now on Twitter, it's just a lot of activity going on. What you can actually do on Twitter is, you know, you could use something like hootsuite.com, and you can schedule out the same tweet 3 or 4 times in a row, right? To catch different people at different times. Twitter's a little bit like there's just more activity versus if you posted the same thing 4 times in a row on Facebook, people would be like, what? What are you doing? So I'm going to tweet this out, okay? And here, like you can see this right now. See how it takes the link right here? Make sure you put your little username at the end, right? Question mark ID equals your username, right? So here's what I've done, right? So here's the thing we're going to tweet out, and now I'm going to add some hashtags on Twitter that I know people are using, right? People on Twitter actually search with hashtags. Here's some popular ones that relate to the post, right? We're talking about law of attraction, so I'm going to put LOA, and I'm going to put law of attraction, and then I'm going to put The Secret, right? Popular movie for law of attraction, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click tweet. Okay, there it is. It's done. Okay. Now we put it on Twitter. Like I said, we can do this like 3 or 4 more times. We can do this, you know, right before we go to bed. We can do this again in the morning. We can keep getting more traction on Twitter. Twitter's not one of my favorite places, so I can't really give you like a ton of feedback and how-to stuff on Twitter, but it is one more place that you can play and you can share your stuff.
Cool.
Okay. Now let's look at Google+. Google+ is like one of the most underutilized places in the world to post your content, I think. And it's really wonderful because the people on there are, they're amazing, and they want to share good content. The other cool thing about Google+ is some of your posts, when you share them on Google+, they'll actually get ranked on Google. Like the actual post itself, not even the blog post, but the actual post you put up there can get ranked in Google. So you can be found by even more places. So I'm going to click the Google+ button. Okay, and I'm going to show this thing on Google+. Okay, we already had the fiasco where I logged into my other Google account, and it shut us out of the Google Hangout. So we're just going to have to settle with sharing this thing from my sub account, and then share this on my real one later. But we can actually choose the photos.
Like the other photo.
This will work.
Okay.
That we want to go on Google+. Okay, this one will work for now. And so, you know, we could write the same exact thing that we did on Facebook, but Google+ actually takes hashtags too. So I'm gonna make this really simple. I'm gonna write new blog post, how to increase your luck. I'm gonna do 7 simple steps to increase your luck using the law of attraction. And then I'm going to put direct link here, okay? And I'm going to post, remember this link we've been using? Okay, I'm going to take the same link we've been using to put it on Google+. Okay, now here's something that a lot of people do on Google+ that I don't have time to do right now, right? People will actually get on here and they'll write. Actually, I have a cheating way to do this. You want to watch me cheat, Nikki?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Somebody else did this work for us earlier, and they distilled the content of our post when they shared it into a really simple, easy to digest step-by-step thing. So here's our friend Ji Young. If you guys don't know Ji Young, she's awesome. So what people do on Google+ is sometimes they'll do like a little summary of their post when they're posting it on Google+. Just got to figure out what page I was on when I was posting this thing. Where is it? Shoot. Here it is. Haha. Okay. The 7 steps are, right? And then I can paste them in there. Okay. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
Very cool. And then I'll put on here, I'll also put law of attraction and LOA. Don't go nuts on hashtags on Google+. Usually 2 is good. Okay. And then there's cool things that you can do on Google+, like you can bold stuff, you can underline it. I think, for instance, this underline stuff, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, then my post will look funny. But there it is, right? So I'm going to take this on Google+, and I'm going to click, if it'll let me, I'm going to click the share button. It's running away from me. The share button is running. It's running away from me. Let's see if I can get it to stop running. Oh man, it's running. I can't share it directly from the blog. We got to fix that. So here I'm going to do this. Okay, And I'm gonna just post it directly on Google Plus since I'm here. Okay. Boom. There it is. And now I'm gonna share it. Okay. So there's my blog post on Google Plus, and people can search it by the law of attraction, LOA, stuff like that. Now it's on Google Plus. People can find it in like 4 times as many places now.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
That's Google Plus. Now let's look at Pinterest. I've been excited for this one. Okay, because we have this amazing infographic that you guys can use right now to pin it on Pinterest. Right. So check this out. So I'm going to click the pin it button. Okay. Log in. It's been a while. In. Okay, cool. So, oh, you know what I don't have on this computer yet, Nikki?
What?
It's the actual like pin it app.
Okay.
Right? Pin it button. I gotta install this really quick. So this is a cool thing.
You're teaching people speed right now.
I'm teaching you speed. That's exactly it. So now I've got the pin it button for Chrome. This is gonna be awesome. Okay.
All right. See how quick that was?
See how quick that was? Now I believe if I refresh the page, the pin it button will start working on this. Hopefully, cross my fingers. Haha. Okay, see the little pin it button popped up there? I can pin whatever photos I want. So I'm gonna pin this infographic because, like I said, it's just sexy. There it is. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm gonna choose one of my boards on Pinterest. Money, wealth, and abundance. That's a hot one. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna call it. I am gonna call it Law of Attraction Infographic. Okay. And I'm gonna say 7 steps to create more luck using the law of attraction. Okay, now I can actually pin this thing onto Pinterest, and when we go over to Pinterest, okay, I'm gonna click see it now. Oops. Now this photo is going to be on Pinterest, and people might pin it, and they might start sharing it, stuff like that. It's really funny being on these sites with my new computer because like nothing is saved on it. All right, so here's my boards, right? And then let's find the one that I just pinned. Where is wealth and abundance? Right. Okay, here we are. So check it out. Now this infographic is here on Pinterest.
Yeah. People
can repin it. And I believe after a little while, if you search law of attraction, people will be able to find this infographic. But it might take some time to index it.
I have a question.
Let's hear it.
Could somebody repin it and put their link to their blog?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. You guys can repin
do this right now.
You can do this right now. You can go and take that and pin it on your Pinterest account and drive traffic with your link over to the blog.
And if you don't have a Pinterest account yet, I mean, it's super easy. You just go to pinterest.com, and it even gives you, I believe, I mean, it's been a while since I signed up for it, but I believe it gives you the option to like connect to your Facebook. So it'll also pull like the people who are on Facebook and also on on Pinterest. So you'll be able to like actually have some friends that you're already connected to.
Right.
And that can also help you gain more traction. It's another exposure.
Exactly. So then check this out. Like we've got more social media sites, and yeah, we're going fast. Maybe you have to watch the replay if you didn't catch all this, but we're just going through all these different social sites that index more content, right? We can actually share we can stumble, right? We can submit this blog to Stumble Upon, and it'll be found in even more places, right? Even more places, okay? I'm not going to show exactly how to do all these things. I'm just taking you through a list right now because we've sort of gone longer than we wanted. We had some technical difficulties, and I'm hungry. I don't say I'm hungry, okay? So then, you got LinkedIn. You've got sites like Squidoo. One of the ones that's really hot right now is Quora, right? And Quora, if I show you this, it's just a really cool site where, oh man, why isn't it taking my info? Let's see if I can remember the password off the top of my head. Welcome back, Abram. So here it is, right? So if I go to Quora, there's people that are actually just asking questions on Quora that you can go and you can answer. And the cool thing is, what if your blog post has the answer to somebody's problem, right? What if your blog post has the answer to somebody's problem? So I'm gonna search for law of attraction. Check this out. Okay. So here's one, right? Somebody's asking, how does the law of attraction work? Does the law of attraction work for everybody? Does the law of attraction really work? What is the law of attraction? Are law of attraction teachings valid? Why does law of attraction work? All this stuff, right? Now, I can go in and answer somebody's question. Like, check this out. So let's open this one up, right? So somebody asked the question, how does law of attraction actually work? And then other people come in and they start giving their answers. So check this out. This person made an answer, right? This person made an answer. This person made an answer. All this stuff, okay? And then look what this person did. Inside of their answer, they created a link, right? They wrote, if you'd like to learn more about the law of attraction, visit, boom, law of attraction, one neat little trick makes all the difference, and law of attraction, how to attract what you want faster. So they put links to their blog, like check this out, right? This goes to their blog where they describe the law of attraction, right? So anybody that's reading, nice pop-up, anybody that's reading this post on Quora, like people are going to Quora for answers. You show up as the person that has the answer, okay? And you can also then say, hey, if you want more information, you can check out my blog here or visit this link, just like this person did, right? Cool thing about Quora is, I haven't seen it here yet in this example, is people can, you can put bolding, you can put underlining, you can also put like full-on pictures and YouTube links inside of Quora. Okay, look, another person that put their link, okay? So can you see how powerful this would be if you wrote blog posts that answer, look, people are putting more links in here. If you wrote blog posts that sincerely serve people's desires to find the answers to what it is they're looking for on a site like Quora. Right, so I can go in here all day long, and I found all these different results for the law of attraction. Like if I scroll to the bottom, there's just more and more and more and more and more that appear. I could go spend like a day on here answering everybody's question, right? And spreading my content like wildfire. Of course, I'm not going to spam it. I'm going to make it look like a real human being and actually provide value, right? But this is another place that I can go share our content, okay? Another place you can share your content, right? You can go to tumblr.com, right? I don't have time to do all this stuff right here in front of you, but you can go to tumblr.com. You can create your own little Tumblr blog, and you can take your videos and you can share them on Tumblr. You can share them on your own WordPress blog. You can share them on your Empower Network blog, right? You could go through this whole entire process again, just sharing your video and not even the blog, right? How cool is that? You can go through this whole entire process again, and you can share just the slideshow that you did on SlideShare, right? So now you've got the same piece of content, 3 different ways, right? You got your SlideShare. I'm gonna turn it on to people can see us here, right? Okay. So now you've got the same content that you had, right? You've got the actual blog post. You can put that through all these different channels, okay? you've got your blog post on SlideShare, and you can take your actual slides and then share them through all the different social media sites, right? Then you've got maybe you did like a YouTube video with your blog, which I think everybody should do anyway. And you take that YouTube video and you share it through all those places. Now you've got just the one blog that's now 3 pieces of content shared in all these different channels, right? People are going to get on the internet searching for whatever it is that your blog post is about, and they're going to be like, this guy or this girl is everywhere.
Now, can I mention the caveat to this?
Let's hear it.
Okay, it's like what Gary Vaynerchuk talks about. That book, Jab, 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 Right Hook.
Jab, 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 right hook.
Okay, so that's a good recommendation, right? Is the importance of what he calls native, being native, creating native content. So a lot of people use social media like a loudspeaker. So what Avram just said, somebody could sort of interpret. If they don't have the caveat and they don't have the whole picture, they might just take like the same exact thing and just loudspeaker it. I'm just gonna do the same commercial on all these different channels.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work exactly that way. So don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, okay? And go out of your way to get to know at least a little bit the basics of every one of these sites. Just by going in and observing, you're gonna kind of get a sense of what's going on. Maybe you do some research on each site. Maybe you get that book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's very cool. There's a lot of pictures actually. It's more probably, it's very designed for like the modern mind, like we kind of like the micro content. And it's like Brandy Nicole asked the question, are hashtags as effective on Pinterest? Like she's already thinking without maybe even realizing it about being native to that site. So
explain what being native means specifically.
Okay.
You've done a good job of explaining it in context.
Yeah.
But what does it really mean?
You tell me.
So
just the exact definition.
Like what is a native, right? When Columbus came to America, he discovered the native people.
Right.
It's the people that are indigenous to the land.
Right.
So when you go to a site like Instagram, right? We didn't even talk about Instagram tonight.
Right.
You can put your content on there. When you go to a site like Instagram, you scroll through the feed. What's the stuff that's popular? What's the stuff that's hot, right? It's like I think it's like the hipster or like the indie version of all the social networks. People post just cool photos that are introspective of their life. Now, do you go on Pinterest and if you see a huge freaking, like ad for something, it's gonna look gross.
Or like, would you be very interested in seeing just a white, almost like a white photo, just white canvas photo with a bunch of words on it?
No.
And reading a bunch of text?
On Instagram? No. You want a rich photo that tells a story.
Exactly. So
every social network has a set of like unspoken like rules.
Like Quora is actually, they can be actually kind of touchy about posting links, so you have to do it like in the context. Like they will get mad at you. They're actually one of the few sites that has stronger regulation on spam and stuff. Like that's actually what Lawrence Tam told me. Like where I don't know if he was contacted or somebody was contacted.
He had somebody distributing his content for him.
Yes.
That got kind of lazy.
Yeah.
And they just started spamming Quora.
Yeah.
Right? They just kept posting the same thing over and over, and it's like, that's why I said he got his account temporarily shut down. You got to be aware of the human and social factor of all the social networks. Right. That's the whole point of native content. Native means, does it look and feel like the rest of the content out there that people want to consume?
Right.
So you'll notice like what stuff thrives on Facebook. Pictures of people, videos of people doing stuff. That's what thrives on Facebook.
Right.
Facebook. Right? Pinterest has always got what's huge on Pinterest? Clothing, accessories, recipes, stuff that's like super visually appealing. That's what people go to Pinterest for, right? So guys and gals, there's like a wealth of places to go distribute your content. The question should never be, how do I get traffic to my blog? I mean, we covered like a fraction of the different social networks and other places that are out there on the internet that you can go distribute your stuff, right? How did we learn about where to go do this? First of all, we spent some time in the trenches learning it, right? Second one, like I didn't even know about SlideShare until we joined Empower Network and we purchased the 15K formula, right? And we went through lesson, like I think it's lesson number 5 with Rob 4, where he teaches a bunch of different places that you can go syndicate your content for free, just like SlideShare, right? There's even more nuggets inside that product. So if you don't have it, you should get it, right? You should just get it because it's going to save you a lot of time and wasted energy because you'll know exactly where to go take your content and put it so you can get free traffic all the time.
Okay, so do we have time for maybe just like 3 minutes? Like right now is the time to take action. If you have any questions, like I really want to know this from you guys right now, let us know. It's like now or forever hold your peace because we're gonna get going. But we will kind of hold for some questions.
Yep.
I know that we have. I'm gonna ask you a question, Abram. Like, I sense that there may be some people who are like if they're like really new, they've got maybe 100 friends, and they're like, well, they kind of go into this place of like, well, I don't have any followers on Twitter. I don't, even if I go syndicate to all of these places, there's still maybe just a handful of people.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they go beyond that? What's your hot number one sort of tip to go?
My hot tip for that? Yeah. Come back next week at the same time and we'll share with you how we do it then.
Okay.
Because it's just a whole another ball game in itself and how to grow a following in these different social networks. Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, these places, you can bridge the gap of your direct network by using things like hashtags. Versus Facebook, you're sort of more limited to the friends that you have and the friends that you have now sharing your stuff. Because if the friends that you have now share your stuff, then what happens? More people get exposed to you. Or you do like what Nikki suggested earlier. You find a group or two on Facebook that you really resonate with. And you can interact and become friends with these people. They will start friend requesting you. Your network will grow. Right?
Okay, so it's actually two parts to this tip, or two tips. It's either you interact with people, so you go out of your way, you reach out, and then it's kind of like you're going to get that reciprocity that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or you create irresistibly compelling content
that people want to share.
That people can't. They don't just want to share; they can't help but share.
Yep.
So where do people learn how to create irresistibly compelling content?
That's like step number 3.
Yeah.
You said it was 2 steps. It's like 3 steps.
Right.
It's like the bonus step. Bonus step, click the button below, get your blog, become part of the Empower Network, and we'll start teaching you more of these things, right? Viral Blogging Academy inside of Empower Network. If you don't have that, get that, right? Get that. 15K formula teaches you where to blog, where to put your blogs, how to create better blogs. Modules number 2 and number 3 are hot, right? On blog creation and blog syndication. I already mentioned module number 5. That's huge.
Yes.
Right? The whole chapter on, the whole module on viral sustainability, I believe that's module number 1 inside the Costa Rica Intensive. If you don't have that, get that, right? Viral sustainability is creating content that people want to share and they go to work for you, right? I could go on and on. There's just a million places that you can go to get this content. Inner Circle. I'm going to just do a selfless plug, right? Nikki and I did an Inner Circle audio inside of the Empower Network. Again, if you're not in, just get in and you can get these products too. You can become a part of the club. And we did one called Social Media Takeover, where we talk a lot about how to create compelling posts and content on Facebook specifically.
Yeah. I love Emily Cleary says, this is awesome information, guys. Don't be late. Hashtag don't be lazy.
Hashtag don't be lazy.
And I think that's a great hashtag. Because it's like,
I like it.
This is the thing with free marketing. You cannot be lazy. You really can't. It's like, I think of that I don't know about what the saying is, but when an airplane takes off, it's the energy the time that it uses the most energy is to take off from the ground. And then once you're up and you're flying, you can just sort of glide. And you might have different things come your way, snow, wind, whatever, but you'll be more equipped to navigate that at that point. So it's going to take more work up front, but once you're up in the air, oh man, it feels really great and it's totally worth it. So I think that concludes our training for today.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm hungry. I think our dog wants our attention. Nobody asked any questions, which means either their minds are blown or we just did such a good job covering everything. Come back, watch this replay again. Share this page with your friends if they can get some benefit out of it too, right? Sharing is caring. And click the button below if you want to get your own blog, get started with us. Everything will get, it's like a blog in a box. You click the button, you put in your information, you take out your credit card, you put that in too, and you click submit, right? And you get a brand new blog that's just like set up and ready for you. And maybe we'll talk about it on another hangout coming up. We have like a new blogging system coming out, which is built in with WordPress, and it just looks good. So thanks for coming out. If you guys got some cool value out of this, share it on Facebook, right? Share with us on Facebook. Go on Facebook, go on one of our posts, say, Abram and Nikki, that was amazing. We want your feedback because we want to know that you found it valuable and that we should like keep doing stuff like this because we like doing it.
Yeah.
But we're only going to do it if people say that it was awesome. Right? So I think that's it.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us.
All
and we'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.